Yo, what is up, YouTube? And I'm back with another video, another tier list, and the usual. Um, bro, my mouth is dry. I just did the legend tier list, but it's all right. Be licking my lips a little bit. Hope y'all can't hear it, but let's get into this tier list, man. We just had the BCX stuff go down, World Championship. It's really not a World Championship. It's just like every other tournament that's happened. Only you get a metadev if you watch it, I guess. I didn't get the metadev. I don't watch enough, I guess. But yeah, either way though, let's get it started. Axe, S tier. Guns. Let's delete this tier, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we keep it. Let's delete it. Fuck it. Okay. Uh, let's make one row above this real quick. I am gonna talk about the weapons, by the way. It's not just gonna be me zooming through, but I don't know. It's something I gotta do with these. I feel like I gotta put everything down first and then talk about it. So we're gonna do this the same way I had my other one. Um. Okay, this is bad. All right, there we go. Let's just put stuff in places. Um. And I like doing the letters like this because I really don't think nothing is bad in the game right now. Let's put everything down. Hammer, guitars, lance, orb, scythe. I can't move it around. Spear. It's good. Spear is a good weapon. I don't think spear is bad. Great sword. And the regular sword. Alright, let's talk about it. So we're gonna go from the top to the bottom. Why is bow the best weapon in the game? It's not. Let's change this around actually. Okay. Actually the ordering sort of matters, but not really. Orb is insane because the reason orb is so good right now, right? You're wondering why is it like positioned to be the best weapon in the game, is because orb counters every single weapon on this list except maybe on occasion bow. Okay, every other weapon on this list cannot beat. Oh yeah, and guns, depending on who you are, but guns can beat any weapon because you zone out everyone. But anyway, bow and guns, everything else loses to orb. Not confidently, right? It's not like a 70-30 for everything. It's not even really a 60-40 for everything, right? I think orb and the scythe is more 55 orb, 45 scythe. Like you can win that. But nonetheless, it just means this weapon has very few bad matchups, okay? And because of that, it really has led to this uprising of orb players come out of nowhere. The weapon is also has a very low skill cap, right? Meaning if you're at least diamond, you can play orb. It's a very simple weapon. And for how much damage this weapon can build up in a very fast amount of time, I think it's unreasonable for how easy the combos are, right? Sidelight Sair, too easy, right? And it's the same problem with Axe when I talk about Axe. Too easy of a combo for you to get that much damage off of, right? It's too easy to hit Sidelight on Orb. It's just too easy to hit it for you to get that much damage off of it. And for it to be a setup tool. Also, D-Light on Orb is broken. Leads into true combos, true kill combos, true signature combos on Dusk. What else does it do? I don't know. I'm just ranting. Nah, it leads into unjumpable follow-ups too. No matter how you hit a D-Light, if someone used their dodge, you get a guaranteed follow-up. And it leads into like a 50-50 basically with recovery. Either you do chase dodge recovery, do a regular recovery, and then maybe you Sair, jump Sair, something like that. So it's going to be D-Light Nair into jump Sair, chase dodge recovery, or regular recovery. Those are going to be your follow-ups, and all of those catch like everything. You know, sometimes you got to change the way the recovery comes out. Either way, it's broken. Axe, right? Let's talk a little bit about Axe before we go ranting on Orb anymore. Axe has the same thing. Silent Nair is too easy to hit for how much damage. Silent Nair, I know the damage of. It does 30 damage. I don't know the damage of Orb. I could check. Don't feel like it right now. But I should have came more prepared. I know. But either way, the reason Axe isn't the best, and the reason Axe could even be below Bow, is because Axe has bad matchups. Axe has a bad matchup into Orb, Bow, Scythe, Sword, Gauntlets, and every other matchup, at least right now, is winnable. It might even be in Axe's favor, right? It used to be guitars could counter Axe. I know some people might be eyeing guitars. Hammer, like if you were to play Taros versus Taros, right? And what I would do is I'll always pick the opposite weapon. If my opponent has Axe, I'll pick Hammer. If he has Hammer, I'll pick Axe. So it's like a 50-50 in my opinion, but I don't know. Some people might say it's in Hammer's favor. Some people would probably say it's an Axe. I just think for sure, though, Axe cannot fight Scythe at all. This is probably the worst matchup in the game. Axe cannot fight Orb. Very bad matchup. Cannot fight Bow. Very, very bad matchup. And Sword is always has been probably one of the worst matchups for Axe. But Scythe is a no-no. You cannot fight Axe with Scythe. Canon is a hard matchup. It's winnable, but it's like a 50-50. It shouldn't be that hard to fight Canon. Great Sword sometimes. Even Lance. Any weapon on this list, I think, could be Axe in a reasonable scenario. The one thing Axe has that you should probably nerf about it, I know I'm talking about Axe before Bow, is the Jump Dare. Jump Dare is the reason Axe can even compete with any other weapon in the game. If Dare on Axe was a worse move, we wouldn't be having this conversation. So that's what I think should be nerfed on Axe. Silent Nair could do less damage, sure. Sidelight Sarah shouldn't be true. That's another change I think could happen also. But really, Dare on Axe is an abomination. It should be changed for sure. Let's talk about Bow, which is sort of the same thing. Bow has a decent enough matchup in every weapon here. I think Sword can beat Bow, and I think I think Sword is probably the best weapon on this list to fight Bow. Sword is like the best weapon for every weapon to fight it because Sword has like no bad matchups. But anyway, Bow Nair, right, is broken. So it's a lot like with Axe. You just jump and you throw out the move. You fast forward the move after you jump. It just can hit anywhere. It even has some horizontal prowess. You don't even have to be directly below your opponent. You don't even have to be below your opponent. You can hit stacked with Nair. It's crazy. Either way, that is definitely one of the biggest changes that needs to happen to Bow. The next change is I think Inlight on Bow is still a little bit too good. They can nerf that. Make it have more recovery frames maybe. And then off stage, ground pound on Bow kills too early. That has to be changed. It's ridiculous. That's too early. If they don't change the ground pound, then they need to change either the down air or the side air. Both of those have they're just really easy to hit. That's what it is. Dare has amazing range. Sarah's super fast. They're really easy to hit. It's hard to come back from a Bow edge guard when you're just scared of getting ground pounded. So you just keep getting hit by Sarah or Dare. It's just not fun. So yeah, these top 3 weapons, that's basically the rundown. I don't think I said what needed to be nerfed with the Orb, but Sidelight Sarah needs to have less damage, and D-Light should be a worse move overall on Orb. So yeah, maybe Sidelight D-Light shouldn't be a true combo anymore. I have to say, at least at red, I don't think Sidelight D-Light should work. Or not at red, my bad. Maybe at white even, because it's just too good. Like if someone just spot dodges on the ground and you do Sidelight D-Light, you get a Nair into a 50-50 setup. It's just too good. Scythe just has amazing matchups into weapons that are really good right now. Like I said, I think Scythe can destroy Axe, and that's really all you need right now. Majority of players are running Axe. I think Scythe can beat Sword relatively well. Scythe can beat Cannon. I mean, Scythe can beat really any weapon in the game, especially if you take him off stage. Yeah, this weapon is a very oppressive weapon. What oppressive? Yeah, oppressive. I think I might have sounded like impressive, but oppressive weapon. What that means is it's really, really hard to get back stage control once you're losing to Scythe. That's how Sandstorm is able to crumble opponents. Because once they get in that outside range and they just keep getting hit towards off stage and he just keeps edge guarding them, it's really hard to get back on. If you use your dodge, you get hit with combos. If you don't use your dodge, you get hit with the combo starters over and over until you use your dodge. It's just very impressive. It's similar to Greatsword. Um, should Scythe be nerfed? No. You just nerf the top 3 weapons, so I'm not gonna say what should be changed with Scythe. Cannon builds damage too fast. That's really the reason it's S tier. Um, you could say that should be nerfed, but really I'm not gonna advocate for nerfing any weapon in S tier. Only these 3 weapons should be touched. Everything else can be left alone until the next patch when you nerf stuff. But yeah, Canon, what is it? Canon Downlight. The combos you can get out of Canon Downlight are insane. You guys know you can get Downlight, Sarah Recovery, True. All that damage, True. And on certain maps, that can kill. Like on Small Bar Haven, if you get the D-Light when they're coming back on the stage and you get that Sarah Recovery, on Zol, that can kill. That can definitely kill. Of course, if you catch one dodge read, it can be a very high damage machine weapon. And off stage, this weapon is insane. The ground pound is good. Nair is broken on Canon. That's really the best thing on Canon. Nair. And yeah, that's Canon. Gauntlets. Now, okay, before I talk about Gauntlets, some people think it should be lower. Let me explain something first. Okay, so first, Gauntlet Sair, right? If you look at the side air on Gauntlets, that is the most broken move I've ever seen. I can't believe it's still in the game. It's the best move off stage in the game. It's one of the best moves on stage in the game. It can be a combo starter. It's just too good of a move, right? Gauntlet Sidelight is the same thing. It's so good in neutral, you can just spam it, and there's nothing your opponent can do. Really, really good weapons that can lead into really good moves that can lead into combos. And yeah, they could be nerfed. I know I just said I wasn't gonna advocate for nerfing them, but either way, that's the reason Gauntlets are here. Plus, Gauntlets have a true kill combo, D-Light Recovery, Grounded, and in air. So, I mean, very solid weapon for building damage, good weapon for killing. Yeah. Sword, same thing, solid weapon. Sword sidelight is sort of broken. Light on sword is broken. You build damage easily. D-Light combos. D-Light punishes combos. You can do like D-Light ground pound into neutral light. Most of the time you can do D-Light down there into neutral light, D-Light down there into recovery. And these are like all true, the ones I'm naming. Yeah, very insane weapon. But I don't really want to talk too much about sword. It's sort of a boring weapon, but like there's not much really insane about it. It's just really good, and it's always gonna be good. I really think when they nerf all these weapons, sword is gonna be the best weapon, or at least top 2 for sure. So yeah, great sword, good weapon, very underrated in the game. If you get a flat map with great sword, you can go to town. Demon Island, Small Bar Haven, those are your maps. Even Mammoth Islands or Mammoth Fortress is sometimes a broken map with the great sword. And yeah, Jaeyoon, great sword even makes it even easier on platform maps. Is there anything else I should say with this weapon? Oh yeah, great sword Nair is really good. And also some of the starters have true combos. Inlight D-Light is true sometimes, and down air into Inlight is true sometimes. So if you want to try that out, yeah. But it's not, a weapon that should be nerfed. Hammer. Okay, because of BCX, I think a lot of people, like, there was 3 bold bars in top 2 of, like, the biggest regions. 3 out of 4 legends were Bodvars, and they think Hammer should be nerfed, right? But I don't think that, okay? Now hear me out. I think Hammer's off stage, yes, okay, that's insane. Hammer ground pound should not kill early. Same thing I said with bow. It should not kill in yellow or in orange. It's just too much force, right? Hammer recovery is too broken. You can't really react to it. In certain scenarios, you just get hit by it. There's nothing you can do. It sucks. But on stage, okay, you really have to play very lucrative to get hits. If you've seen Java play, you've seen it. Like, basically what Java does is he basically just runs around the whole map until his opponent makes a mistake, and then he gets a hit, and then he goes for another hit, and then restarts the process. because there really is no valid approach option with Hammer. It's similar to Orb, except Hammer doesn't have a forgiving sidelight. And this is a comparison I made with Hammer and Orb before, where Hammer sidelight and Orb sidelight are very similar moves, and when they end and everything like that, it's just Orb sidelight you get a true combo off of. Hammer sidelight you don't. So that's just one example why Orb is broken, why Hammer I think has to be, if anything, down here if it were to be S tier. It's really, 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 really hard to justify Hammer being S tier or SS plus, besides the one fact of the off stage. Of course, this is the best weapon for killing in the game, but a lot of people play characters that have free signatures, so sometimes it's not even true. Like if you're playing Ember, would you rather have Ember and Sig or D-Light Sarah on Hammer? You know, they're about like the same thing. They're both broken. Actually, Ember's is better kill option. So yeah, that's Hammer. Guns have moved up, not the worst weapon anymore. Guns have never really been bad. I just think they needed a rework with the Enlight. I don't like the Enlight in ones. I think that's a bad move in ones. They could even have it where Enlight is different in single player modes. Maybe, it's something they could change. I think guns are good if you sort of react, have really good reactions. Um, Another good thing with guns is gun sidelight is a very fast move, so it's really, really, really hard to react to someone just dash sidelighting you. That's what Cody does to a lot of pro players, and because they get conditioned to not stay on the ground because of that dash sidelight, they just stay, aerial, and they just keep getting hit by Sair, and then they try to go grounded, then they get hit by sidelight, then they get red, and it's just too much damage too fast. And then D-Light recovery just kills an orange. Really, I don't think guns are that good if you do not pick Small Brawlhaven. But I think Java just kept wanting to go Small Brawlhaven, and he lost. I think if he would have went for any other map besides Small Brawlhaven, every set or every game, he would have done really well into him. Even if he went platform maps, yeah, I just don't think Small Brawlhaven's a good map to fight guns on. I don't even think Small Brawlhaven should be a competitive map. But yeah, guns are really broken on that map. So if this was, just Small Brawlhaven, which that's where most people practice on, this would be a S tier weapon. But on all other maps, it evens out to around A tier. Sarah is good, Nair is good, Sidelight is good. And yeah, D-Light recovery kills it early. Guitars, main thing Guitars are doing here is because Guitar Nair is broken. Actually, I said Spear was better at Guitars in my weapon or my legend tier video. They're about the same. I just want someone to be B tier, so it really doesn't matter. But let's just talk about Spear, I guess. Spear Nair is the same thing as Guitar Nair. They're like the same thing. You try to hit sidelight and you try to get a read after sidelight. It's just guitars. You do like sidelight neutral light or sidelight D light. You try to get a read, and yeah, that's the whole game plan. You Nair spam until you can get a kill with your other weapon or with the read. That's how you play both the weapons. Yeah, not much else to be said. They're like the same thing, just different fonts. So yeah, that's Spear and Guitars. And Lance, the reason Lance is the worst weapon in the game, okay, is only because they nerfed this. I think they nerfed the stun on Nair a while back. I'm not saying you should give it back, but that is what I play Lance. That's the thing I dislike. I don't have time to react after Silent Nair. I have to just throw out a move, before it's over, which sucks. Another thing about Lance is that there's no true kill combo, right? So you have to try to wait for your opponent to use their dodge. But I do not think Lance is a bad weapon. Honestly, I could even move it up to B tier because Lance, it's really easy to catch people off guard using their dodge and neutral and just get Sidelight Sair or Sidelight Recovery. And then you just have to kill. And that's it. Off stage Lance is really, really good. I mean, it's really cheesy. A lot like Hammer, where it's just so cheesy off stage. It's stupid. It's so stupid. Lance ground pound kills the same time Hammer ground pound does. And Lance recovery beats out almost any move in the game now because of the angle change they did a while back. I don't know why people act like that doesn't happen. The only safe way to really beat out Lance recovery is to weapon throw or to catch it before it comes out. Otherwise, you're gonna have to wait till it finish and then punish the at the height that they're at, which is still easy. But I mean, if you don't send them low, then they can just recovery and they're just gonna hit you. Yeah. Either way, that's it. The end of this video. Your like if you enjoy, subscribe. Check out the Twitch in the description. There's a whole bunch of socials in the description. Check that out. I stream on Twitch a lot, so yeah, if you want ranked gameplay, 2500 gameplay, check that out. And yeah, peace.